Do you want to hear my zinger about Bradley Walsh?
Sure.
My story. Um, so this would have been about 10 years ago now, because I was about 7, and it was Panto season. So yeah, around about now. I can't remember what Panto it was. It might have been on, like Cinderella or
Okay.
something like that. Something stupid. So I'm down because I'm in Essex. I'm down at Southend, at the Cliffs Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
If you know it, you know it.
I know it.
Yeah, of course you know it. So I'm sitting there watching this panto, and Bradley Walsh he's the main guest that I can remember, and he's doing, his comedy shtick, and to a 7-year-old, it's hilarious. He's funny. I like Bradley Walsh,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a lot more of his humour now. But as like a kid, he was on fire,
Okay.
and I was just like, I was sitting in the audience with like extended family and my family, just fucking laughing my arse off. Like I was crying. Like that's how funny he was. And then I didn't realize how loud I was being, or if I did, like I'm a kid, so I don't know. I just see him. He's on stage, and he just looks at me, dead in the eyes, and goes, "Shut up, kid." And then my sister just slams her hand over my mouth to stop me laughing. And yeah, that's the whole
You've
story.
been scarred
That's
ever since.
that's how Bradley Walsh told me to shut up live on stage. Oh my god. I made him break character. I made him break role.
No, I like how he just turns like a 7-year-old kid and he's just like, "Shut up, kid."
It's like a vivid memory for me. I just remember it clearly.
You're enjoying yourself a bit too much there.
Yeah, I feel I'm getting secondhand embarrassment for my younger self. Like, oh dear.
Mm.
Doctor Who, Jean.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's talk about Doctor Who.
I've been putting it off long enough.
If you don't know, listeners, we're fans of Doctor Who. Of course you fucking know. We do videos all the well, not all the time.
Yeah, all
It's
the
only
time. I haven't uploaded in 9 months because I don't care about Doctor Who.
Exactly. But whenever we get together, it's usually to talk about Doctor Who. And
Mm-hmm.
as Jean has just said there, no uploads, because what has there been to talk about other than like a Time Lord Victorious, which I don't give it. I know you might care, but I don't. I don't care.
I mean, I care about bits of it, but yeah, I mean, it's a bit. Like, if it doesn't do it for you, it doesn't do it for you. So, it
I
isn't
know.
really offering much.
I know it's the cliche at the moment, but I'm sick of the 10th Doctor.
Yeah, well, the thing is, yeah, he is just literally in everything. Like, Big Finish announced, like, 2 or 3 different series with him, and then the Time Lord Victorious thing being, like, front and centre of the brand, which isn't fault of these companies, because they should be pushing this stuff. It's Doctor Who's fault, like, the main team behind that, for not promoting the show as well.
Yeah, it's a different marketing team for Time Lord Victorious.
Yeah.
So they're doing very well. It's all I'm saying. They're doing. I think at the moment.
But
That's
because if you think about it, right, if we didn't have Time Lord Victorious, we would have nothing. It would just be radio silence like before.
Literally nothing. Other than Big Finish, which
Yeah.
have been doing the God's work this year. I feel, especially in like lockdown. God, last time we recorded, we had just gone into the first lockdown in March.
Wow.
That's to put it into
It feels
perspective.
like it feels so long ago.
I know, right?
Like, I still can't believe that Series 12 was this year.
Yeah, we thought we were late talking about Series 12 in March.
Yeah, it's been a funny old year.
Simpler times. / better times. I think every day just slowly gets a bit worse.
I don't know, up and downs. I get up and downs. It's like I've sort of gotten used to it at this point, but it's like Yeah, it's just a bit shit because you do just want to go out and see your mates and actually do things.
Yeah, it wasn't until like July when lockdown sort of became very murky and was like, what can we do? Is it over?
Yeah, that's the thing in Scotland. It's like I'm not sure what the rules are here because we're not in lockdown, but there's like restrictions. I'm not sure quite what those restrictions are.
We're down here in old England are coming out of it on the 2nd or 3rd of December,
Okay.
and I'm in a tier 2, so I'm literally just going back
I
to
think
the
we're
level
in
I
a tier
was before.
3.
Okay, so you're sort of lockdown but not lockdown.
Yeah, yeah, it's this weird like in between. We can go out and do things, but it's not advised.
Yeah, it's tier 2. It's like go out and do things, but if you can't, don't. and that and that's the level guidance there. But let's not get political.
But what do you mean Doctor Who is political?
That's true, and everyone saying that Doctor Who has never been political, shut your fucking face, yeah? Just shut it. I don't know why I needed to say that, but I felt like I did, because fuck off. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to avoid... Why? I wanted to talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah, this is just going to be one of these videos that isn't structured. We don't really have a plan for it. It was literally just, we haven't spoken about Doctor Who in a while, so...
We haven't spoken in a while. Not for like we text her quite a bit, but actually calling just because we're busy and lazy.
Pretty much.
It's a mix of both. I wanted to say like, oh, it's because we're both really busy, but I'm not
Yeah,
a lot of the
you're
time.
in lockdown.
And like I've only become busy in the last couple of months going back to school, which fun risking my life every day.
Yeah.
Stop it. Let's not get political. It's hard not to talk about it though. But yeah, this is just a ramble video.
Mm-hmm.
One of our classics.
Like all our videos.
The title of this video should be just "Can we Doctor Who again?" and that's the title.
Yeah.
It's like Phoenix's How to Doctor Who on the Tweak area. Oh no, sorry, Ron Badson, different person.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Rip the Tweak area.
Forever in our hearts.
Bring it back. Oh, can you imagine if 2020 had been the return of the Tweak area?
That would save 2020. That would
right?
That would just coronavirus would just stop existing.
Just gives up. I mean, I feel like he should give up now thanks to the season 8 Blu-ray. Because well done for saving that green screen CSO, guys.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see in the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see what they do for that woman's kitchen.
Yeah.
If it keep hearing like noises, it's because my mic keeps falling over.
Are you
I'll
what?
reposition.
Are you just like holding your mic just positioned?
No, it's just
on.
position funny.
Oh.
I've fixed it now. I've put it on a flat surface. So every time I keep laughing, it knocks it.
They're just like on a cushion or something.
Yeah, it's resting on my laptop now.
Okay.
Cut this bit out. Bin Dalek.
Oh
What
yeah.
do you think? That's what's come out. Well, been around for a while, but like we got our first clear image today, first high quality, of the new Dalek design for Revolution of the Daleks.
Something that I'm confused about is I cannot tell if it is a one-off design or if there's going to be more than one of them, because the actual poster has like one on each side. But we've
And
only
like a
ever
lot of
seen
them.
this one.
Do you want to hear my theory? Oh, I don't know if I want to say it.
You can say it.
I'm scared of saying my theory because I'm scared if I say it, it won't happen, and I kind of hope it does happen, so it will like excuse the shitty design, which I'm not. If it's like, basically, if it is what everyone's saying it is, and it's a recon Dalek, or it's the new Dalek design, which The new Dalek design is I doubt that one, but if it's like the actual Recon Dalek
Yeah,
design,
that's what I think.
I'd hate that. I hate that. But my theory, and I've seen this floated around a little bit, but it's not the big one. Whatever the place was called, where it's on like resolution. It's that company. It's not GCHQ.
I know what you're on about. It's written on the table as well in that image.
Yeah, the place where
it's like a weapons place.
Yeah, the place where that woman gets the Dalek gun from.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her fucking name. I've not watched Resolution in forever. Not watched that era in forever. Sidetracked. Yeah, my theory is that this is sort of a Blood of the Daleks situation where Earth has taken the remnants of the Recon Dalek casing that got melted at GCHQ, and they've built themselves their own Dalek out of the remnants.
Okay, I've heard this theory.
And I think that makes the design work, in my opinion, because they've built it from the remains of what the shell of the Recon Dalek, like the scrap Dalek.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that could work.
Works a lot better. Excuses the design for looking just the worst.
I wouldn't mind. The thing, I wouldn't mind if that was what just a Recon Dalek looked like, because it is being described in the press as Chibnall is saying that it's like, well, this is a very special Dalek. So that's making me think it's just going to be like a one-off. But at the same time, there's like all these. I think it's just the poster threw me because there's one on each side. So is that just for design, or is there going to be like an army of them?
I think it will be like a. Have you listened to Blood of the Daleks, the Lucy Miller one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like one Dalek from the beginning, like a robotic Dalek. I think it's going to be a robot Dalek, so there's no mutant inside it, and then it's going to build more, and then it's going to, because it's Revolution of the Daleks.
Yeah. There has been like hinted that there is going to be like a civil war between like the Bronze and the whatever this one is.
Yeah. Oh, Chibnall just loves the 80s, doesn't he?
Yep.
Before Revolution of the Daleks was announced at the title, I always thought that would have been a great title for Revelation of the Daleks. Because what is the revelation? The revelation in Revelation of the Daleks is, they're people. But it's quite fucking obvious that that's the case.
Yeah.
So I think Revolution of the Daleks, seeing as like technically Destiny is the kicking off point of the Dalek Civil War. Technically, or Resurrection, but I think Revelation, where they're actually fighting, they begin fighting the Dalek Civil War, should have been called Revolution of the Daleks. That's just a thing.
Yeah.
That's in my head. And now I've said it, it can leave my brain. But, yeah, I just sort of think... I think it'd just be odd that the Recon Dalek from Resolution was able to replicate its casing.
You see, I don't think that it is the same Dalek. Alright, I get it. Do you mean like... But it was able,
when it was building itself. I just think it's such a fucking leap in logic.
Annoyingly, I hate that I prefer the one from Resolution, just because I think the actual skirt, it just looks simpler. Like, I don't like how complex on the new one, because I think it looks cheaper.
I think that's why I like the theory of it being human built and it's like a robot. Is like they've just taken what they could find and they've sort of like done, fixed it up where they can, and like they've probably had like a designer in. It's like, can you design this for us?
Well, I mean, I saw on Twitter that like apparently it has like different settings as well. Like apparently, like the blue light it's showing. Apparently at night it has like a red light.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, don't know what this means.
I do think we're gonna see Recon Daleks though,
Yeah,
and
the special is going to be weird. Um, we still don't have the air date, but I feel like they're being quite ambitious with it because we know what we know. Okay, we know there's going to be Daleks. There's going to be a load of Daleks.
mm,
The Doctor's in prison. Jack's back. That was a thing that was announced that everyone knew.
who fucking cares?
Yeah, Doctor's companions left on Earth. There's that baggage to like pick up on. I mean, I don't know how it's all going to come together, and I'm scared that it's just going to be a big hodgepodge of stuff.
I,
I feel like we're going to have another Fugitive of the Judoon situation where it's like they just throw a load of stuff at you. It's like, okay.
But Jean, Jack's got his squareness gun back. Aren't you
Whoa.
excited?
I'm excited just to see John Barrowman back in the role, hopefully actually given stuff that isn't just I'm in a room. I'll be back later.
It's still the funniest thing ever. He turned up halfway through a series, said he would be literally just to say, I'll be back later.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come back for that series finale, and now he's coming back at Christmas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not too hot on Jack coming back.
I feel like if they didn't bring him back though, that would have been like the most bait thing. Like, what would have been the point of having like?
Oh no, I'm not saying they shouldn't. If you're gonna bring him back, bring him back. I'm just not keen on bringing the character back at all.
Yeah, that's
if you
fair.
get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Except for like his idea for bringing Jack back, which doing something new with that character on his What If I Was Showrunner series. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't just want it to be like Jack's back just for the sake of having Jack, which I feel is like why they're doing it, because they're like nostalgia.
I feel
because all he was in Fugitive of the Judoon, he was like a parody of himself.
Oh yeah, he acted like
he was just innuendos.
It was just how the dial. It's odd coming from Chibnall.
Yeah, which is odd because Chibnall wrote for his character for so many years.
And he's the one who spearheaded, who was showrunner for the sad Jack face back in series 2. You know, that was when like Jack got another dimension to him. I guess also it was like, if you put all that footage together, it's about 5 minutes, and you can't really do a lot in 5 minutes other than innuendos.
I guess, yeah. I suppose that was just supposed to be surprise. The people that like this character will get something out of it, I guess.
I still can't believe people managed to guess he was going to be in it, but I guess that's the whole thing of like every series. It's like
it's because John Barrowman doesn't shut up on Twitter.
That's true.
He baited himself out.
He doesn't shut up in general, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I like Jack in. I really am glad, in retrospect, Jack didn't come back for Good Man Goes to War like was planned.
Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be like his end story, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was going to be headless. I think the theory is because of the headless monks, Jack was going to get decapitated, but because he can keep on living, the head was going to grow into, and like, instead of Dorium, it would have been Jack.
I would have loved to have seen like a midpoint, where it's like kind of John Barrowman, but just like a big John Barrowman head.
That would have been haunting. Just this old wrinkly John Barrowman with things coming out of the back of his head.
Yeah, slowly growing.
Yeah, his head's getting bigger as well. Ugh. No, thank you.
Chibnall, make it happen.
I was talking about, we're talking about Jack coming back, and there's like his, because End of Time, saying goodbye to that character in that era, like saying goodbye to that era, it felt right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so he has an ending, and then Miracle Day. Miracle Day, I still sort of see that as like RTD because it's written by RTD.
Yeah,
But like,
I don't hate Miracle Day as much as most people. It's
I haven't watched it
has its
since
moments.
it went out.
It's just too long. It's just too fucking long. Just so much padding.
And as like when was I watching it? So 10 years ago. So 7. So as a 7-year-old watching Miracle Day. not a lot of it went over my head. So
Yeah.
I'd love to give it another watch. Is it on? Is it on BBC iPlayer?
It was on BBC iPlayer like in the summer, so I assume it'll still be there unless they've taken it off.
Because I remember they put it all on there, and now this for some reason still haven't got Sarah Jane on there, which is annoying because all I have to get for my HD Sarah Jane is through the YouTube channel. It was really nice. The other day they uploaded some clips from Lost in Time, the one with the shopkeeper who's clearly a Corsair.
Yeah.
And I was just like watching him again, like, oh, wow, with the context that like RTD and Neil Gaiman both believe he is the Corsair. Oh, lovely. But also that's a great. Nah, we're not talking about Sarah Jane. Another video, maybe. Never.
Like 4 years.
4 years. Four more years. That's for Jodie. 4 more years.
4 more years and like one series.
Do you think Jodie's leaving? Because they're filming series 13 at the moment. Do you think this is Jodie's last?
Oh no, definitely not. Because it's a reduced series. There's no way they're going to end Jodie's tenure on a broken series. And the way Chibnall's went on, their whole relationship, no, I can't see it at all.
Do you think she's got at least another series in her?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think she's staying on till at least series 14. And I think that would be the best time to like call it as well. I think she should have like one final like full strong, hopefully strong series just to end off her era.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully being the key word. But I feel like if she did a 5th season, that would be a bit much.
Yeah.
It's because the year breaks as well. I mean, it's like
how long was she?
Like, sure, this one can't be.
By that point? How long would she be? So if we're saying, because we're getting it series 13 next year, which is lovely. So she will have been the Doctor. So technically, do we count 2017, or should we just go from series 11? Because that's when I sort of count her beginning.
Just go from series 11.
Yeah, so 2018, 19 1 year, 2020, so series 12 and 2020. So that's so far. I'm bad at counting. Wait, what? I've just completely forgot. 2019, 2020, so 2 years. So she's been the Doctor for 2 years now. Next year, 3 years, and then presumably series 14 would come 2022.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So if you say that, she will have been the Doctor for about 4 years, but she will have been cast for about 5.
Yeah. Do you think Chibnall will leave with her as well? Because I've seen a few things floating about saying that could happen.
I'd like it to happen, not because of.
I think he's too stubborn.
But
I don't think he would. I think he'd do it just because, like, to prove a point, just to be like,
he wasn't like a He wasn't a failure.
Yeah.
Do you think he's aware of all the criticism against his era?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
because Moffat definitely was.
Oh yeah, he done stuff just to piss those people off. But yeah, he has to be aware. I know he said in interviews that he doesn't read reviews and take on board. Like,
but there must be some sort of filtering coming through from people.
Yeah, he must know. Like,
because then who are you writing for?
Yeah, you'd have to like live in like a pretty big echo chamber to like not hear this stuff.
It's like the thing with George Lucas and the Star Wars prequels. It's like you've got to be surrounded by yes men for nothing to get through. And even then, George Lucas like took on board criticism. Like, if Chibnall is not aware of any of what is said against his era, good or bad, And like, when I say like bad, I mean like not the horrible things people say, which are just not
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean like genuine criticism of his work, like the dialogue, some
Yeah,
of the
yeah, that's the thing. Like
stories.
my main criticism is just how clunky his writing is. And I don't really want to go into this like a rant about like this is what we don't like about series 11 and 12 because we've both reviewed them.
Because we've already done that.
Yeah. I can't even remember what I said on series 12, but I'm pretty sure I was positive on it.
You were positive-ish. How do you feel now?
Not as positive-ish. I mean, I think I was just caught up in hype, to be honest. It's like on reflection, I'm like, I don't really see myself going back to it anytime soon.
I think I was like trying to hold back my actual opinion of it by just like, because you were enjoying it so much, I was just like, am I wrong? And then now I realise, benefit of hindsight now,
Yeah.
I really don't like Series 12, at least from my memory, and I'm planning, by the time we come to do our annual Doctor Who review, see you in February, guys. I will have, because in the lead up to whenever Revolution of the Daleks is coming out, I'm going to rewatch Series 11 and 12 all together.
Yeah, I'll join
Not
you
the
on
same.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We could do it together, not as video series, but like we could
No.
text each other at the end of like each episode to see what we think.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna go back because I want to see if my opinions have changed. Like, it's been forever since I watched Series 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same.
And I think
I've only seen some episodes of Series 11 like once, and that's mental for me because I used to always watch it back like a couple times.
I
Back in
remember.
the day, even if it
Do
was
you remember when I told
ones
you
I
I
didn't
watched
like.
Rosa about 10 times?
Yeah.
In
Mm-hmm.
the space of a couple of days, because it's just really good from memory.
Yeah.
I still think it's. I doubt it will have gone down in quality that much.
No, I don't think Rosa is as good as what I thought of it initially, but it is still really good. I think the worst thing about it is just how noticeable the flaws are. Like, Krasko having no dimension or like no motivation other than
racist.
he's a racist. Yeah, it just feels a bit let's boil it down so the kids understand.
Yeah. Which is fair, right? Fair criticism. But it will be interesting to go back and see that I haven't watched all of. I've watched a bit of The Timeless Children. I watched like the first 15 minutes again, and I turned it off. This was probably 6 months ago.
Okay.
Bear in mind. So, yeah, that one's probably the one. Actually, no. I think Haunting of Villa Diodati might be the one I'm interested in going back to. Because I remember really enjoying it right up until the lone Cyberman turned up.
Yes, yeah.
So going in knowing he's going to turn up, I wanted to see if that affects my thoughts. Also, Can You Hear Me? Because I don't remember having an opinion on that one.
The worst thing about it, I think, is just how it tries to do too much in such like little space of time.
But at least the Yaz is coming back now. At least we know that for certain. So maybe I think one of my complaints for that was like, oh, it's the finale in a few weeks, and the marketing is reminding us that it's the finale in a few weeks.
No. Did you remember like the series 12? They put out something being like, this is going to be a Yaz-centric like arc or something, and we're going to learn a lot. Yeah. And every like week we were speaking about it, right? Being like, so when are we getting this development for Yaz? And then like Can You Hear Me came out, and it was just like this one little segment about she sort of maybe tried to kill herself. I don't know.
I want to watch it again to see if it's a little bit more. If I was just dumb and I've missed it, because people read a lot more than I did on when it went out. So I'm interested. Again, I'm interested to see. It's like, oh, am I wrong? Was I just dumb? That's our thing. We're dumb, and we talk about Doctor Who. That's our whole thing.
Yay.
Oh, I wish we were smart.
How do you feel that the special comes out pretty soon, and we waited until the 23rd because we were expecting a trailer to drop, and we still don't have a fucking trailer?
Oh, I didn't expect anything. That's my philosophy going in.
I
with
didn't
this current
expect
era.
anything, but I thought it was just because of how close it is. I was expecting it has to come out at least a month, because I'd been seeing complaints for months and months being like, "There's no trailer," and I'm like, well, yeah, it's like 5 months off. They're not going to drop a trailer like 5 months in advance."
Yeah.
But it could be dropping in like 24 days, for all we know.
For all we know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's conflicting reports as well.
Actually, that
as
wasn't
to-
maths, but
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Trust me.
I'll
pulling
upload
you
it
up
on that
your
day,
maths.
so it makes.
But posted it in our chat. I'm just gonna get it up now. It's like there's a lot of conflicting reports about when it's gonna be on, because even though we've not got official confirmation, we've had from the Chinese BBC social media. It says it's a New Year's.
Yeah,
it's a
but
New
it's
Year's
so
special.
it's yeah, but I saw that right, and then I also saw like another article.
And then the actual British BBC news
Yeah.
says I've got it here. The Doctor Who Christmas episode was filmed before coronavirus struck. Specifically, Christmas episode.
Yeah, it's all this Christmas. Yeah, it's conflicting information. I'm like, when does it come out? Just
Why
tell
can't
me.
we just get a clear answer?
Yeah, why does it have to be this big mystery? We're going to get a
It's
clear
a-
answer in a few days because like they release like their scheduling thing. But
Oh fucking hell! The Sontarans are back.
are they back?
Go on Ace Creeper's Twitter right now.
Oh, I did see the speculation a few weeks ago. Let's just see.
A few leaks ago.
Sorry.
I liked it.
Yeah, I did see people making videos being like, "Oh shit! Wow, live update. Yes, the Sontarans are back for Series 13."
Holy shit! Wow, they look.
Yeah, they actually look kind of cool. They look like.
I mean, this is
kind
a
of
very
like-
grainy photo, but
They kind of look like, yeah, like they've sort of got
Knights.
armor. Yeah, knights.
a little bit of samurai as well with the shoulder plates.
I didn't believe when people were saying that the Sontarans were coming back because of what happened with Series 11.
Yeah,
And it just turned out to be
completely
like
missed
those-
this. This is going to be the first year in a long time where I'm actually keeping up with Doctor Who news. Purely because I have nothing better to do.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Wow. As we're recording as well. I just went on Twitter to just... I don't know what I was doing. But then I just see it. Oh, wow. They don't look shite.
Yeah.
At least in this image. And they're on the streets? Is this for the Crimean episode then?
I don't know. I don't know about any of the. Oh, was that like the old-fashioned like stuff they were shooting?
Yeah, there's like battlefield with I don't know what period.
Yes,
but
it could be because that is where I first saw the speculation saying that it could be Sontarans because of like a really blurry image. And I was like, I doubt it. But no, this is just
This might be confirmation then.
That would be interesting if like to actually see Sontarans in like a war
Setting.
Yeah.
This is sort of like a dream story for me though, because I've always thought about putting the Sontarans in like a war like the
Yeah. Mhm.
Just sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Chibnall, I wanted to bring back the Sontarans when I was showrunner, you bastard. And I was going to give them a better design. To be fair, I switched the colours around, but nah, they look cool.
I mean, it looks cool. It sounds cool, but
Will it be cool?
yeah,
Ah,
they're all just like Strax. They're all just a bunch of goofy guys.
can you imagine? Oh,
I
look,
don't want to imagine.
I've seen the criticism that like Strax being a comedy character is probably the most interesting thing that Sontarans have done in the new
I
series.
mean, I don't mind Strax, but
You get
I don't like that. That's what people think of now when they think Sontarans.
yeah, and I know the Sontarans are pretty silly, in all fairness, but that's
Oh
just
yeah.
down to their bad appearances over the years. Um, you know, every time they've come back, they've been a little bit shit. And now
Yeah.
we've got to the point where with Strax, there's a lot riding on the Sontarans coming back, like properly, looking good, looking
Well, they
not
do look good from
blue.
these pictures. Yeah.
I thought the new Cybermen looked good from some of the pictures, and then yeah,
I mean, you Cybermen looked alright. I just wish they had
Cyberthong.
actually done something.
And they
The
weren't just
ascension
mind,
of the Cybermen. They
and they weren't just
ascend.
killing, and they
To be
weren't just killing,
sidelined.
and they weren't just Daleks, you know, because they don't upgrade one person.
No.
Not one person. There is barely like reference to what conversion is, and there's even that bit. I'm not getting into a rant, but all I'm saying is,
What, when they like hollow them out or something?
yeah, and they're like, don't you know there's bits inside them, and they're like, yeah, and then there's no real follow up to that question, and they're just like, and now we've done it, now we can wear them.
Yeah. And it's just that Chibnall thing of like, it's too clunky. The editing, it's like, oh, that's
It's
done
like
now.
something's been cut out here, definitely. I do feel like that though. Maybe there is a load of cut stuff in the scripts that actually explains it, but the studio execs go, Chris, this is so fucking boring. uh, Doctor Who, Jean, don't you like it?
Yeah, I mean, we got those two pictures like a couple of weeks back.
Oh, that was what we originally wanted to talk about, wasn't it? It was the shit marketing.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And just, well, Comic-Con, like, I know Comic-Con has been a bit odd this year because it's been an odd year. It's not been very possible.
Comic-Con,
But
yeah, but I hate it. It's like, it's just the way they hype it up. Like, the marketing team
yeah,
really aren't helping themselves. Like, they'll hype something up being like, oh my god, guys, like, check this out, we'll be releasing stuff, and then, like, they'll give you the bare minimum. What Comic-Con should have done is they should have released that clip of Jack then, along with those two pictures, and we should have got a trailer on Doctor Who Day.
Yeah.
But, nope.
No. What? Why would we be Doctor Who fans and get to celebrate the show we like?
Well, I mean, I know people
You know?
complains that Moffat maybe over-promoted the show, if that's the right way of putting it.
Possible.
Yeah, but just the entire Chibnall era has been handled horribly in terms of promotion. Early Series 11 was alright. Like, I remember the hype,
And
like,
then
the
they
build-up
just
for the series.
stopped.
Yeah, then, yeah, midway through it just sort of,
And Series 12, there was nothing.
yeah.
There was no real trailers.
Yeah, we were waiting about, we got, like, a trailer last minute. And then, like, even midway, like, series promoting, it was all like, oh, only 5 more weeks until the finale. And you're like, do you not want to hype up, like, your next episode?
Your actual episode.
Yeah.
It just seems... It's bizarre.
It's almost like they seem fed up with it as well.
I know. It's like...
And I get,
I don't know.
I get that there's not much to promote at this time.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, there is now for the special. Like, I'm baffled that we still haven't had, like, a trailer for the special.
I know, right?
But just, like, the series in general, the past 2 series, it's been handled so badly.
When the BBC roll out their Christmas marketing, we better get a trailer. Because we'll get a snippet of it in their big, like, and look what's coming up this festive season, you know? And we'll get some clips of it.
I mean, if it's not
And it'll be
released
like-
within, like, the next week, then... I don't know. I feel like it's too far gone at that point.
this isn't like a Netflix show where it's like they drop it a couple of weeks before, because with Netflix shows you're like, oh, I want to watch it now. I can watch it now, and that's Netflix's great thing in marketing is they go, here's a thing, also it's coming out next week.
Yeah.
Get hype. But Doctor Who doesn't work like that. Doctor Who has got a very avid fan base. I mean, they don't do that for like their big shows, like Stranger Things has got a few trailers.
Oh right, yeah. Well,
and that's not coming out for a while.
Well, they're like, I think it just depends like on the thing of media, because like movie trailers, they come out like months in advance, like up to a year in advance.
Oh, nice.
But I mean,
excluding this year,
yeah,
they usually do like build hype. Like Avengers: Infinity War got its first trailer, like just before. No, it was around the time of Thor Ragnarok had come out. So yeah, about a year before. So they were like it was like neat, about half a year
but
away.
we haven't even had like proper teasers. Like, I'm not really gonna count like that 2-second cup of Jack as like a proper teaser, because it just
I know
wasn't.
we were talking about earlier about like the innuendos of Jack and like how he's just a caricature of himself. Him going, "Oh, I've missed that sound." It's just like, fuck off, yeah? Just fuck off. I see what you're doing. Like, you're trying to make it like, oh, he's back, isn't he? Oh, I've missed it. It's like, you're not important, Jack. I don't like you. I like you in 2005 and 2007 and bits of Torchwood. And that's it.
Yeah.
Your character was done. I hate the criticism. Like, I know I'm bringing it back to the Jack
It's
talk,
fine.
but like,
I mean, it's all we have to talk about, so the BBC
Yeah.
aren't giving us anything.
I know like people are like, oh, he's like the new Who Brigadier. Fuck
Who's
off.
saying that?
I think you told me at one point somebody like people thought of him as like the new Who Brigadier, like he was a recurring
Maybe.
character. He's like,
Oh, that's awful.
but I know, and it's like it's not because like there can't be. That's the thing. There shouldn't be a new a new sort of like recurring Brigadier character, because the Brigadier is iconic.
I don't mind recurring character. I don't mind Jack coming back even for the special. But it's just the way they're going about it I have the problem with. It's like, why are you doing it like this though? It's too nostalgia baity. It feels like they're only having him for the sake of having him, because it will get
with his dyed hair.
Yeah.
Fuck Barrowman.
That's how you can tell when he's doing Doctor Who, because he could just dye his hair.
It's just. I know his bits in Fugitive the Jadoon look shit.
Yeah.
And even the clip they still showed of him was colour graded to shit.
I mean, yeah, but at least it wasn't fuzzy. At least it wasn't Fugitive fuzzy.
Do you think they're doing it to cover up his age?
I don't know. I did see people joking about that when like they released the press image and they're like, he's not any older, guys. He's the same age.
I was talking about this with Matt yesterday about like, you've seen Big Finish, you know their last monthly adventure has like old Paul McGann but with young Paul McGann hair. And it's like Paul McGann has aged very well for a man of his age. He looks very good.
Yeah, but
he's clearly older than he was in 1996. Yeah. Like, drastically. The reason it worked with Dark Eyes, and even though I'm not a massive fan of his costume in Dark Eyes, like, it didn't feel completely unnatural. It's because he gave him a brand new look. And it's like, oh, so the time has passed for this Doctor.
Yeah,
it's been years.
Well, I mean, Dark Eyes, like, originally was supposed to be like rounding off the 8th Doctor.
Yeah.
That was the original plan before.
That was why his costume looks like the 9th Doctor.
When actually, in reality, it's more like the middle of his life.
But we like Stranded, so we'll give it a
Yeah,
pass.
Stranded's good.
Can we get some Stranded news? That's the one thing Big Finish I felt they've lacked in, is the Eighth Doctor news. When usually he's quite at the forefront.
Yeah, well, they've pushed him out the way to make way for Tennant now.
Oh yes, of course. I'm looking forward. There's a lot of Big Finish coming out next year that I'm looking. Usually I fucking hate Big Finish, but next year quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't have the fucking money, guys.
Like strangely, nearly for like every month has probably got something I want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like January. It's Masterful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've pre-ordered that.
I think February is Gallifrey 4, the last one. I would get it, but I'm gonna start a Gallifrey
Is that
marathon
confirmed, the
right
last
from
one?
the beginning.
I hope so.
I think they've said it's the last one.
Okay.
Like ever of Gallifrey. This is the end of Gallifrey.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want it to be like a thing that just went on like, and here's...
Oh no, this is the end of the Time War.
Okay,
At
good.
least.
Because I know like the Eighth Doctor's getting like a 5th set of time.
Is he?
I
thought the Davros one was the end.
Apparently not. And I'm just like, the Eighth Doctor Time War stuff doesn't make sense to begin with. He doesn't fight.
This was like when they said the War Master Anti-Genesis was the last War Master. Then they've done 2 more.
I War Master good though.
Yeah, I still need to listen. I still need to listen to Hearts of
Oh, have you not listened to
Darkness.
Hearts of... People are saying that's the best one.
I want to hold it off, not because I'm scared of listening to it, because I want to savor it when I get it.
It's very unlike the previous box set. You'll be fine.
Okay. At least it's not
And the thing
Anti-Genesis.
is, they're doing like young War Doctor stuff now as well. So it's like,
I'm not too angry at them for doing that one.
no, I mean, yeah, maybe it's a bit soon, but I mean, it makes sense. It's just like, why are we continuing the McGann Time War stuff?
Maybe they, I think it's just because they sell well, the McGann Time War stuff.
I was never a part of the war. I did not fight. Just ignore my 5+ box set series of Big Finish.
I'm gonna look this up
It's
just
just
to
him.
check.
No, I have like, because I've not listened to them. My theory is just like, it's just him avoiding getting into conflict. Like 5 box sets.
I've listened to the Ogron one where the Ogron clone of him shows up. It's fucking insane. And it's weird knowing that it was written for John Hurt, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This would have been amazing. But yeah, he like says it like in that part of the one, really like you can. This was back when I thought like I could tell like Paul couldn't give less of a shit anymore. He sort of goes like, I will not fight in this war. You know that. And then then a character who's the 12 says, oh, but come on. Something to that extent. And he goes, fine. And then he goes on an adventure. Oh.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Funny.
How long do you think they'll be milking Paul McGann for? How many more sets
Wait, what
do you
the
think he has in him?
He's got 4 Strandeds in him by the looks of it.
Yeah, I knew that.
I don't know.
I wonder if they'll touch COVID in Stranded, because it was set modern day when it was released.
Yeah, but
It would work with the
feel like
Stranded
it-
setting as well.
yeah, them all trapped in that flat block.
Yeah.
But then it get boring. Lockdown was boring.
I guess, but I mean,
I don't-
you could make it interesting.
I don't come to this media
It'd just
for,
be
like-
like Paul McGann getting frustrated.
True, and that was the best part of the first one. I'm a Time Lord. I don't do up kitchens. Thank you for sending me Stranded. I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, because you weren't getting on board with Big Finish, and I was like, this is actually good.
It was when I didn't enjoy War Master that really fucked
Yeah,
me
because
over,
that was
and
a
I was
series
like,
you were
oh,
really enjoying as well, and then yeah, when you got to Anti-Genesis, you're like,
oh, yeah. Hmm. Oh, this become a nice little ramble now. I mean, it was a depressed ramble when we were actually talking about real Doctor Who, but when we talk about things we like, see, that's the thing. That's the point I want to get at here. Is like when the main show isn't what I want it to be, what we want it to be. Gallifrey and Law can fuck
I
off.
mean, I mean, I don't mind the show not being what I want it to be, but I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm
I
not
mean, this whole
selfish.
rant started because of like the marketing, and we just started speaking about how spin-off media has got us through like lockdown stuff. But I mean, yeah, I just like it to have a presence, even if I'm like this show isn't doing anything for me. At least, at least still check in to be like we exist.
Yeah, I was
Stop leaving it to the other
talking to
guys.
I was talking to somebody the other day where it's like I said my philosophy is like I don't expect anything from the show now, like marketing or episode wise, because even though I was like saying earlier, all Sontarans and all Crimean War, it's like I don't, I'm not going. While those ideas excite me, obviously,
Hmm.
I'm not going in like really jazzed anymore,
Yeah,
which is
I was
sad.
like this with like
But
midway through the Moffat era.
yeah, I'm not going in jazzed
Mm.
anymore because it's like what is there for me to be hopeful for if like it's the definition of insanity doing the
Yeah,
same thing over and over
it's
again
annoying because
expecting a different
Series
result.
10 brought back my optimism. I went into Series 11 with like I was so hyped to go into that, and yeah, I just came out of it cold.
Well, you were very happy at the
Oh yeah,
beginning.
yeah, those first three episodes, although not
Are
perfect, yeah,
bangers.
it's a very strong
Ghost
start. Yeah,
Monument.
it's
But it's because it's sandwiched between two really good ones. It sort of picks
and
it
then
up.
like two of like the worst ones of that series.
Fuck off, Saranga
It's
Conundrum
so
good.
boring.
I mean, maybe my rewatch will show me. Maybe it will flip, and suddenly you'll love Saranga Conundrum, and I'll hate it.
Mm.
Very
I mean, it's
unlikely.
not Arachnids of the UK levels of terrible, but
Oh, I've got to watch that, haven't I?
Jack Robertson is coming back.
Do you think he'll? Oh, can you imagine the Doctor Who US election between Trump and Robertson?
No,
It's
no,
like,
because he was a Trump. It's just that thing of it. He's a Trump parody, but Trump also exists in this universe, so it wouldn't have made sense.
is the when she goes, "You're only running because you hated Trump." It's like, what? He
Yeah,
exists. But then that was also sort of. I know Doctor Who's like flimsy with its like
yeah.
facts and continuity, but like Bill had said, I'm not the president. He's orange or
Yeah.
something, in Pyramid at the End of the World. That really good story. It's one of the. Actually, no, I don't. I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Pyramid's alright. I don't mind Extremis now either, because I went back and
Oh, I've always sort of liked Extremis, even if it's not what I wanted it to be.
Ally of the Land
It
has
had a
good
lot.
stuff in it, but it also has a lot of fuck you moments in it.
I can't.
Yeah.
I would never watch Life of the Land beyond the first 15 minutes.
They definitely are the best bits. It's like it's like
And
as
even
soon as
then,
the
they're
fake
not.
out regeneration
They're fine.
happens, you're like, no, gotta switch this off now.
Mm. Somehow a better regeneration effect than Twice Upon a Time, but
You always need to bring that up, don't you? Every time we
I always have to bring up Twice Upon a Time and its shitty special
when
effects.
when are you releasing part 3?
I was thinking about that the other night, and I was like, it's gonna be like the thing that haunts me for the rest of my life.
You'll be on your deathbed. You just send me
I'm
the
like,
file.
I've gotta make part 3. God, send me back. I'm not finished.
I still have stuff to do.
One day I shall come back. and make part 3. I'm tired. Well, not tired, but I'm in a weird mood because Doctor Who.
We love it and we hate it, and we love to hate it and hate to love it, and yeah.
Hate. It's the thing. It's like we can't. What? This whole video's just been a ramble.
It has, yeah.
Because we got nothing concrete to talk about.
Can we Doctor Who again? Can
That's, we? If you don't make that the title, I'll be very upset. And that's the tooth.
What?
I don't know. Fuck off.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to speak about. I mean, no trailer, marketing kind of bad.
Well, let's talk about that. No trailer, no nothing. I know we've generally said about it, but it's like rounding it off. Like, why don't we have any of these when you've got a very active fan base who, like, do you remember when like last year, like Years and Years finished, and then we got the picture on the same night as for the Jodie and the Jadoon, and we were like, oh shit, they're starting up marketing, and then we didn't get anything for 6 months.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what this whole scenario is reminding me of. We're just repeating the same stuff again, and you would think by now they would have learned. Like, even just a picture here and there, like, I don't know, a little behind the scenes, even if it's just like, oh, it's Jodie in her costume, like, we know Jodie's going to be there, but it's something.
I kind of wish the showrunners, like, I know Moffat had Twitter for a little bit, and he's got Instagram now, but I kind of wish Chibnall had some form of social media, like, to keep the show alive. Not to, like, interact, but, you know, like, Instagram would be quite good for him, I feel like. Because I follow a load of, like, film directors, but not in the same league as, like, a showrunner of Doctor Who. But you know what I mean? Like, they post behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you're not talking about it, it's like, I'm going to use an example here. The Mission Impossible director, Christopher McQuarrie, they're currently filming the next Mission Impossibles at the moment, and every week or so he posts like a picture of their location. It's like a black and white photo. It's like, oh, and here we are.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't even think it would need to be Chibnall. I think honestly, if the Doctor Who like official account, because I understand Chibnall not having social media or wanting to have it, because he would just get bombarded with shit. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, it'd have to be heavily monitored. So yeah, that's it. Give it to the Doctor Who social media.
Yeah, because there's so many people working behind the scenes. There's so many, like, just snaps, a few pics here and there. Just
Doctor Who Snapchat would be cool.
I guess, I don't know, Snapchat's a bit dead. It's like a medium.
You old man, John.
It is. It's no one uses Snapchat now.
I do. Well, I don't post on my story. I never did, but like that's how I talk to people. What do you talk to people on?
Just like Instagram or Twitter DMs.
Twitter.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You can tell we're Twitter people, can't you? Like that's our main outlet.
Yeah. I don't even like Twitter that much anymore. Just because it always gets me down when I get too invested into it.
Yeah.
So it's like I've heavily had to like remove myself from the Doctor Who, like just interacting with people and like being so involved in the community. Because it's like.
But you're in group chats with Maddox and that though, and I'm not in those group chats.
I mean, we don't really interact like in like the group chat. It's not really an active group chat. Let's just say that it's kind of dead. I'll be honest.
Fairs.
But like, yeah, I mean, I've just like less interacting. I've just like had to like take myself back from it all just because of like the Doctor Who Twitter community is just a bit toxic. Like there's fights like every other days. Just like stop. People attacking others. The whole like not my doctor scene.
Every now I've muted a lot of even the people who take the piss out of Not My Doctor, I've muted them because like I don't like seeing it.
Mm.
And I feel like, in my opinion, giving them the attention, even if it's to take the piss out of them, is still giving them the attention.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't mind, like, Not My Doctor. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind their existence. But yeah, I do get that argument of, like, you're just giving them, like, more coal to the fire.
Whatever. What do I know? Oh, that's something we could talk about. Companions. Next year looks like it's just Yaz from the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad about that.
Will she get development?
Hopefully, because, I mean...
Oh, that's what we were trying to talk about earlier when we were talking about Can You Hear Me?
I think we both agree that the problem straight from the get-go, and why we don't connect with 13 and all of the companions, and why some have felt like they've been left out, is just because they're setting up 4 characters that they want us all to connect with all at the same time, and they're not, like, giving each character, like, a moment to shine. It's just like, here are 4 characters you don't know,
or distinct personalities, maybe, and it's beyond what the actors are bringing to it.
and
Because you could very easily, I've seen like an idea floating around, like retooling it and like making Ryan and Yaz sort of one character. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that could, like, it's sad to me that it's like that could work. It's not like
Well,
Bill and Nardo.
I mean, Ryan
it's like
was
you
nothing
could
in
merge
series
them.
12. His arc, was the start of the series.
Throwing
He
a
throws a
basketball.
basketball, and then at the end he throws the grenade, and that's like his.
And then the other day, when they were doing the Timeless Children rewatch, the social media account posted it and saying Ryan's arc for series 12.
Well, no, I didn't know they did that. But they didn't bring up his dyspraxia once in that series. That was the only time they drew attention to it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And is that even like dyspraxia? Missing a hoop? I can't fucking hit a basketball hoop. Barely, all like
It plays
all the time.
It plays into it, like, because it's a coordination thing. But
I
yeah,
understand, but like,
it was handled so.
but it's like, if that's like all you're doing with his dyspraxia,
Yeah, why even have it be a thing in the first place?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's that thing of, like, back onto the characters and stuff. It's like we're being told how to feel and how they feel, and they're just saying.
We're told that we have to like them.
Yes, they're just like, we're a family. We get on. Hey, I have dyspraxia.
Yeah, we never see any of that, like, banter.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like them going to another horrible place. This week.
Well, we don't get any of those little, like, nice Doctor and Companion scenes.
You know, so on Doctor Who Day, I'm going to say, for context, I watched Heaven Sent, because I know you don't like it.
What?
But I really love it.
What? Oh, no, this is...
Oh, Maddox doesn't like it.
Yeah,
sorry.
what?
You two just confuse me. But
Like,
yeah,
this is
I love
slander.
I love Heaven Sent, purely because it's Peter Capaldi.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Probably, he's amazing. And it's probably, I think, Rachel Talele's best direction.
Oh yeah.
And anyway, yeah. So I watched Heaven Sent first because I was like, I need to watch. It's Doctor Who Day. I haven't watched Doctor Who in forever. I'm gonna watch a good one. And
Didn't even watch Doctor
I don't
Who on
feel
Doctor Who
like
Day.
I wanted to watch like something on Netflix where it was easier than just me getting up and putting one of my many DVDs in. And I'm like, I needed comfort Doctor Who, and I really find the latter 12th Doctor era is my comfort Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
It's that and Series 1
Yo.
and Series 5.
Okay.
Those are my comfort periods of Doctor Who. Where when I can just watch it and just like, I know
Yeah.
I'm going to be fine here. So yeah, I watched Heaven Sent, and then I watched, and the night before I'd watched The Return of Doctor Mysterio.
Oh no.
I like that one.
I don't.
And nah, it's fine. I like 12 and Nardole fucking about. they're the best bits of that one for me. Anyway, and then I watched the pilot and Smile.
Okay.
And just that bit, and what I'm trying to get is the dynamic of like the beginning. Well, firstly, the pilot is all about the Doctor and Bill growing a dynamic.
Yeah.
They go from teacher-student to friends to, oh, you've got a secret from me that you're an alien. And now we're on a very high-octane adventure. And then they like sort of go, then the Doctor has to like, oh, I have to revert us back to just being teacher and student.
The thing is that also works really well because the Doctor is already a pre-established. Like, we know who the 12th Doctor is. Chibnall bit off more than he could chew by being like, here is a brand new Doctor.
Yeah,
here are also 3 new characters.
I don't know why he thought, oh, I'll set them all. I'll bring
all of these characters in one episode. Or like, I don't know, like, maybe it started off with just like the Doctor and Yaz, like they come across, and then you run into Graham and Ryan later. That would have been fine. That would have been better.
Well, that's my idea for like, because I want to bring in 3 companions. If I ever did Doctor Who for like my first series, but the first episode would be Doctor 1 companion, next episode Doctor 2 companions, next episode Doctor 3 companions.
Yeah.
And over that time, and that's what I think Chibnall should have done instead of going, and they're all here. Yeah, but Woman Who Fell to Earth is good.
It's like they don't even break up really either. Like, you never really have like the Doctor just go off with like one of the companions, have like a nice little interaction.
Yeah. Except for the bit where she goes to Graham, she probably says something.
Yeah, and fuck that scene.
I've just remembered that my character is socially awkward, so I don't have to interact with you.
Yeah, I can't help you about the serious.
I'm the Doctor, and I won't help you. You, my friend Graham, who the audience has been told.
That was the chance.
That
was their chance to make the Doctor like have a moment, have like a nice.
Even if she had just hugged him.
Yeah.
Why does she not hug? I know, like in the old show, it was like, oh, can't hug because maybe, But from the chemistry, like it's almost like they're being directed not to show warmth to each other.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like in the scripts, it's like is there no direction? Like they embrace.
They don't feel
like
none of them feel like they get on really. Like they feel more like a family off camera than they do when we're being told that like.
And even like you're like talking about like I was thinking of comparing that Graham and Ryan scene to the beginning of Smile, where the Doctor and Bill are in the TARDIS, and she's just like pointing out all the fucking flawed shit about like the seats, and then Nardole comes along, and they're like, and she's like, oh, I guess we should need to go back up, and it's like between the kettle and my office, the kettle boiling and my office is everything that ever happened, and just that, and it's so heartwarming, and like their whole time, and like Bill getting to know the Doctor over the course of that episode. It's so heartwarming to me. And then this is just like, I should probably. We've been travelling together for 2 series, and I'm not. It feels like we've just met.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. The characters in the Chibnall era, you can't like. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Get good.
It's broken me. No, but they are just like their characters are their character description.
Yes.
They are nothing beyond. Well, like people complain about like, oh, Clara didn't really have much of a character. If you put Clara next to Ryan, Clara had so much more of a character.
It wasn't a particular character that a lot of us particularly liked. I know you come around to her, but like she's not a character who I particularly like. But I can say there's a character there. Even like the complaint at first was like, I feel no, Clara's just a void of personality. Like that's just.
I mean, Series 7, that's valid because she was just like chop and change.
I do think there is stuff there in Series 7, but
it's just too inconsistent.
But they do give her more as the show went on. Ryan, it's been 2 years, And what do I know about him? He's a...
He likes chips.
He got chip stole!
He
He's got a friend.
He has dyspraxia.
Yeah.
Grand died.
Like, he likes to shoot guns? He's a bit of an aggressive
Yeah, he
person.
plays COD.
He's a bit of an aggressive person, I guess.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's not really shown that much.
Why wasn't he the one who wanted to kill Tim Shaw? Instead of Graham, who suddenly goes, Doc, if I see him, I'm gonna shoot him. And she's like, what?
I get it, though, because, I mean...
I know it's grief, but, like...
Yeah.
I thought the last episode was Graham getting over his grief.
Mm-hmm.
See, that would have made more sense if it...
Yeah, because It Takes You Away was, like, kind of like the...
culmination of their grief arc.
Well, I've not seen the series 11 finale since it broadcast. I remember so little about it.
I can't wait till we record again after we've both watched. Like, what is that? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yaz, yeah, she's dull. And I mean, Bradley Walsh is likeable.
But his character is that he is what everyone sort of assumes Bradley Walsh is.
It's just Bradley Walsh playing Bradley Walsh.
Yeah. He's like written as... He's the only one who gets like... I don't know how much is improv and how much isn't. Like... And like when they show like I think like... Is it Timeless Children? I'm remembering that scene between Graham and Yaz.
Oh,
I think we talked about it in the review.
Was it?
Like,
yeah, is it like that one? It's like he's about to like
he
propose.
Sits her down and goes, "I like you."
Yeah.
But there's also like that bit in Ascension of the Cybermen where they're like, and she's like, Graham's, I don't know, says something, and she's like, "You've come a long way, Graham O'Brien."
Yeah.
Has he? Have you? And it's like these two have only shared. They've only been together since like Demons of the Punjab, when that was the last time I can remember them sharing a scene together. I know this is what I said in like our review thing, but in Timeless Children it's like, Yaz, I just want to tell you, you're the most amazing person I've ever met, and you want to impress the Doc. Well, I think you want to impress the human race. Well, the human race wants to impress you. And he's like, oh, that's the nicest thing everyone's ever said to me. I like you too, Graham.
I remember everyone thinking that was such a nice moment. I just found it a bit cringe.
How all that was happening, I looked over at my mum when we were watching and just went, they're gonna die. And then they didn't even die. That's the weird thing about it. It's such an on the nose scene.
Yeah.
And yet neither of them die.
It was the same thing with Resolution though, with the dad. Like that big scene in like the cafe, and like, okay, so he's going to die, and then he just doesn't die.
Do you ever think about Resolution where it's like, oh, the Daleks are scary again? They kill no named characters.
I mean, the Dalek is the best part about that, but I mean, it's not. I haven't watched it in years.
It's good, but I didn't find it like a threat.
No,
if you know what I mean,
because
it was just killing.
Well, I mean, 13 Companions just treat it like it's just another day in the office.
Her and Yaz spend the entire thing in the TARDIS. So.
They just run about, like at the end they just run about, and then they defeat it with a microwave.
The plan was the Doctor would run one way and everyone else would run the other way.
Yeah.
And that's how
all
they
the threat is
him.
taken away when you have scenes like that.
But I don't think it had threat, because the Dalek itself just kills hordes of mindless, like not mindless, nameless soldiers and goons.
It's doing that Doctor Who thing of showing what the monster is capable of, and then it not doing that in a scene where it probably should do that. It was the same like the Cybermen in Nightmare in Silver, where you see them like zooming about, just like taking out soldiers. But then you still get like the scenes of them slowly walking towards them. Like, all tension is lost here because we've just seen one zoom about and like slaughter
You know,
about
the
five
bloody
men.
plot armor is insane.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like it's like, oh yeah, so we're seeing how powerful it is, but emotionally, I'm not getting anything from this Dalek because it's not killed. Like, that woman should have died
Yes.
after the Dalek had connected to her, and there's like, oh, there's just, and the Doctor just goes, eat a pill and you'll be fine. Here's your birth
Does she
control.
actually say that? Just like,
Yeah, literally, like, here's a pill.
take an aspirin.
Don't grow a head.
It'll be fine.
Don't, like, yeah, she literally, and it's like a funny thing, is like, oh, don't grow another head. That was an embarrassing Boxing Day party.
Oh, no,
it's the same sort of dialogue with Jack. It's just like, not like an innuendos, but, you know, like, just like a doctory quip. And I ranked, the other day, I ranked the Doctors, and like, how I was feeling at that point.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
And I was shocked to see how low Jodie came. I'll find it. Oh yeah, Christopher Eccleston's my favourite.
He's a good...
So yeah, this is going bottom up now.
Okay.
Peter Davison. I love his Big Finish, but
Same.
this was
Yeah, like...
But this was purely sort of
TV
like
stuff.
Yeah, but if all your TV stuff I don't like, you're gonna be weighed down, mate.
Yeah. I think the only exception to that rule, from where you don't like count expanded media, is probably 8.
Yes, like that's the reason 8 is. He's not too high, but it was like,
yeah,
that was why he was higher than Davison. So Peter Davison, then Matt Smith, because
fair.
But bar series 5, I don't like the 11th.
I like come in series 6. I just don't really like a lot of series 6.
It's like post Christmas Carol, I don't vibe with him anymore.
Okay.
And then Jodie.
And
I was like, fucking hell, really?
I think she'd be in my bottom 2, and I hate to admit it, but it's she just does nothing for me, and I really hope that changes. I really hope it's like a Capaldi situation where it's like, I didn't really gel with him in Series 8, but...
Oh, Capaldi is, apart from Eccleston, he's my highest New Who Doctor.
Oh yeah, I love Capaldi now, but I remember, like, a few years ago, I was like, he's so inconsistent, I hate him. And then Series 10 comes around.
That's the thing, is like, he's gone up for me, because it's like, oh, his actual stuff I like is so good.
Well, yeah, I actually really like him in Series 9 as well. And I've came around on a lot of Series 9. The arc is still shite. But I mean, there is a lot of
That's
really good stuff
the only bit of
in
Heaven
there.
Sent I was like, oh, I forgot about this. And then it's like, the hybrid. But I guess it sort of works at the end when he's like, he vows to kill all the Time Lord. Because he got trapped in it. He's like, oh, guess what? I'm the fucking hybrid.
Yeah.
But then it was like, but what if we revisit the half-human thing? I'm not against it, but it's the fact that it's just so like, maybe we're touching on this again?
That was just Moffat like doing his like fan baity stuff.
Wink and a nudge, you know? Half-human, like, remember?
I don't mind stuff like that though. Like if you look at stuff and then you compare it to like the Timeless Children, which is like, no, this is what it is, you little stupid cunts. This is the lore now.
It's not an origin story for the Doctor. It is.
Yeah.
It's the Doctor's origin story, and it's like, oh wow, this is the literal opposite.
No, wait,
what
it's
I
weird
want.
because it's like it is, but it isn't, because Joe Martin maybe, unless season thingy.
I hope my hope for Joe Martin is we get no clear answer. I know it's not gonna happen.
But at the same time, like if they don't bring her back.
Oh, she's coming back.
Yeah. If they don't bring her back, then I'm going to be pissed off. But it's like, I don't want... Yeah, like a really clear answer. I don't like... I know everyone on the internet's went on about this. Pre-Hartnell Doctors, it just doesn't work for me. I don't like a doctor before the Doctor.
Yes, I'm okay with incarnations, if you know what I mean.
I think there should be a limit. I'm not Because you see, and I know most of them are just jokes, like, oh, it's the 1,072nd Doctor, and you're like, I don't like that.
but
They've
I
just
think I've
been
said this
around
before.
forever. They can be anyone.
I think if I took Doctor Who seriously, which you shouldn't,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd be like, no, first Doctor is like that's the beginning. That for me, that is like start
Oh yeah.
of the Doctor.
If it was a few
But
years ago,
then
I would have like cared. But it's just like this thing of like, I don't
that's the
like
thing.
it, but it doesn't annoy. Like, I'm not gonna like
Well, that's the
cancel the
thing. Like
show.
it's like 5 years, like 7, 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
like even that. Not that. It's like in the future, one day, it won't. It's just it will be forgotten. The Doctor will just call themselves a Time Lord again.
Yeah.
You know, it's the show reverts
Mm-hmm.
on
I
itself.
mean, yeah, it's contradicted itself for years.
It will just like go. It will just revert back to like the standard form of Doctor Who, where it's just like the Doctor is a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. I know that wasn't always it from the beginning, but that's
Yeah, but
the most socially accepted
you just
thing.
know that they're gonna wrap up like 13's arc though, where it's like it's gonna be like a thing of like, I might not be a Time Lord, but I feel like a Time Lord, and they accepted me as their family or something like that. So I will always carry the name.
The Time Lords abused you. Like even if with like the thing is like, oh, I'll still be a Time Lord in my heart. So it's like, even going like, if that's the conclusion to it, why set up the whole thing of like the Time Lords abused and experimented?
I mean,
on
there's
the
also this whole
Doctor?
thing of like, maybe the Master was just bullshitting.
That's always the. I can't wait for the day when the Master comes back and she's like, "Ah, you told me my entire existence was a lie." It's like, I was born.
No, see if that happened, right? I don't know if that would annoy me more, because it would undo the shit, but it would have just baited me so hard with the shit.
I know. The sick side of me, the sicko version of me, is like, oh yeah, Morbius Doctors, fucking love it. Like as a concept, like I know I just like for stuff like the Timeless Doctors. You know, you're aware of
Yeah.
that project that's coming up. It's like, it's not actual Doctor Who, so I don't have to take it. I know I don't take Doctor Who seriously enough, like as I did, but like I'm not offended by it because it's like, it's just something fun by the fans, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, and if I like it, because I liked the 10 Doctors when it originally came out, and I'm like, I'll sort of treat this as canon because, well, my head canon. That's the thing, head canons.
I don't want Morbius Doctor stories though. I don't want like delving into the past and being like, they went on adventures and done all this stuff. Like I saw people like tweeting Big Finish being like,
oh no, I don't want Big Finish. There's a charity book coming out that's not BBC, that's by writers of the show, like EU writers, that's coming out about Morbius Doctors, and I'm pretty interested to pick it up.
I'm not, because it's like that thing of like, were they the Doctor before they were the Doctor? If we're being told that they weren't, but they are, it's
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't like the idea of there being like, and they were the Doctor,
Yeah.
like with Ruth, and it's like, they were the Doctor, they were the exact same person, and then they forgot it, and what we saw was take 2, and it's like, well, that fucking, like, not like the crushing of William Hartnell was no longer the first Doctor.
I mean, if it was the only the Doctor as well, like, people would have been aware of her.
It's like it's the fact that it's like it's managed to go unspoken.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the biggest retcon.
I mean, the way Ruth went about was like, she was getting into trouble left, right, and centre. She was a literal fugitive.
Just realised that it's going to be a 2-hour video.
Yay!
Or hour and a half.
It's because we had so much to say
and so little to talk about. But isn't that the way?
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. It's like, I don't
like the thing of like delving into the Doctor's past too much, because it does just take away the mystery.
One day we'll get a showrunner who's not interested in it. One day. One day the show will go back. because it's like RTD only got into the Doctor's like Time Lords and all that at the end.
It's where it's like you can see with just looking at RTD, Moffat, and Chibnall, you can see what sort of fans they were of the show just by looking at the reviews. RTD was much more playful with his writing. He just done stuff.
He was very
for the
tongue
fun
in
of,
cheek,
yeah.
but like he took it seriously. It's not like, no, I'm gonna write Doctor Who as a fucking comedy. It's like, no, he's like, he respects it. He's a fan of it, but he also knew it's like, you know, it still can be. It's fun, you know. It's a fun. It should be a fun show.
Yeah.
And then
Moffat was much more of a classic fan, so he dripped in more elements of that. He tried to appeal more to that side of the audience.
Fanboy.
Yeah.
Rather than like the payoff, he was just like going, "Oh, this really gets me going."
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
he done some clever stuff as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, of course he did. It's weird that it's the beginning and the end where he sort of hits it on the head, and then it's all the stuff in the middle.
I mean, with Chibnall, I just think back to that like very early interview of him. We just like criticizing Pip and Jane Baker, like
very derivative.
What were you? What era were you a fan of?
Me?
No, Chris Chibnall.
Oh,
I feel like I'm feeling
it's
like
the 80s.
He was a Fifth
He's
Doctor
so
fan.
a fan of the 80s. Have you like everything about it's? He's gonna bring back home. He's gonna do Arc of Infinity too. Like the man.
He already brought back Omega and the Time with Children.
Oh yeah, that was the thing that got. That's the thing though. He's even though like he went on television criticizing Trial of a Time Lord, he fucking did Trial of a Time Lord again. Like with the whole Gallifreyan politics, the secrets, and the going into the Matrix again. Like since Trial, like, and it's so many, like it's such an overwhelming sense of you were fucking loving the Peter Davison era, weren't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can tell he's a fan, but he's very much like a fan of the stuff that I'm not.
Do you not like the 80s?
I'm not a fan of. I'm not that big on the Fifth.
You're not a fan of Doctor
Who. No, the 80s. The Doctor Who 80s isn't really my era. I can't lie. I prefer the 60s.
Ah, that's fair. I love the 60s.
Yeah. I think 60s, early 70s is great.
John Pertwee era is mwah, love it. The season 8 announcement the other day was because Terror of the Autons was my third Doctor, I think. So I was like, when they were like, "Oh, we're updating it a bit," I was like,
okay.
I was like, I'll see how this play out. I think editing the troll doll thing is like a bit too far because I kind of like the charm of that one. But the terrible CSO.
Oh yeah.
I like it for the charm. It's like, oh, you were trying, weren't you? You got green screen and you thought, oh, we don't have to build sets anymore.
Yeah.
And they did it. It was kitchen. But yeah, early. I know season 7 is categorically the best one of the 70s. Like season 7 of John Pertwee, I mean.
Yeah.
But I do just have a fond spot for all the other shit. Like even Invasion of the Dinosaurs, I love it. I love how.
I wonder if they're going to do updated CG for that.
I think they did, like for the DVDs years ago.
Yeah, but I feel like for these Blu-ray releases,
HD dinosaur.
yeah, and it's going to completely because like they look naff, but that's the charm of them.
That's why I love Invasion of the Dinosaurs. This is a cute little T-Rex.
Yeah.
Goodness me, it's a Stegosaurus.
I think by the fact that we're speaking about Invasion of the Dinosaurs just shows how little this current era does for us.
Every time we try and talk about it, the current Doctor Who, we end up talking about other shit we like, and
it's very telling. It's kind of sad in a way.
I've accepted that I'm not as big as Doctor Who is still quite a big part of my life, but I've accepted a long time ago that it's not as big as part. It's not a bigger part of
yeah.
me. Like, I don't care as much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm more of an out. I'm not gonna say I'm an outsider looking in. I still watch
Yeah,
it.
I feel like I'll still always probably watch it. I feel like it is still a big part of my life, but it's not the main part of my life. Like I say that it used to be. It's like I am just like a casual viewer that likes it just that little bit more than the average person.
I've got a history with it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
We've got history.
yeah. It's like that
with
thing
it,
of like
I think,
I can't escape from it.
yes,
I
would
I
never.
want to drift away and speak about other things, but I feel like
It,
I feel like
I feel lost. I definitely feel lost without the show.
mm-hmm.
Not in like a sad, like, it means so much to me. Like, I know, I like the other day on Doctor Who Day, the amount of positivity, and I realised, like, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And at the same time, and that didn't
Well,
make me
well,
too sad, because I was like, I don't want to say
well, that's the
anything
thing.
at the same time.
I don't think I really tweeted on Doctor Who Day at all. Like, I think I made a joke tweet about having tweeted about Doctor Who today. Beans are evil or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, as we were just speaking, it's like we do still love the show. We just don't love what it's currently doing, and that's fine. As proven by speaking about all the spin-off media
We don't
and
have
just
to.
old seasons. What do you mean?
It's like, we don't have to. The Doctor Who, it's like, there's so much of it as well. It's such an interesting thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, you don't have to love what it is right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there is so much of it that you like. There's something for you somewhere.
And I think that's what's kept me holding on, as well. Because it's just that thing of like, well, in a few years' time, there will be a new Doctor, and there hopefully will be a new showrunner, and there'll be something different. I think that's what keeps me grasping on to this show for as long as I have. It's like, and even if it doesn't, I still have the old stuff and Big Finish and all these other mediums that I like.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, man, show not my thing.
Just looking through, and that's the thing. I think last year I'd like scrolled. I'm gonna scroll through my Twitter. There's a little bit of Doctor Who now, but it's like, it's either shit posts of Doctor Who,
Mm-hmm.
or it's something else. And like, I don't particularly
that's all
talk about it. I don't tweet. I definitely don't tweet about it.
Mm,
Like, I usually retweet about it.
that's fair. Yeah.
Because nobody likes my opinions. Nobody likes my tweets.
I just realised it's been that long since we spoke. Like, all the watch-along stuff happened this year.
Yeah, but I barely interacted with that.
I feel like that kept the fandom alive for
You
just that little
definitely.
bit.
I was really happy that you grabbed onto that.
Well, like the amount of like extra content we were getting as well. Like we had like little minisodes and stuff that tied in. Like RTD came back. We got like a little short story, The Eighth Doctor's alternative ending. Like, we got so much content there.
Oh, that fucking RTD Time War shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
ho ho ho.
Like the Auton story as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
What
got
was
like a
RTD
rose.
shit. Yeah, and that was when we all went, wow, RTD.
We got
What a guy.
We got like a little Moffat sequel story to like Girl in the Fireplace as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a good time. I feel like they made the best of like a dark situation then. And I think that
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was probably the most Doctor Who-y I felt that year.
because
Even if I didn't like.
it was coming off the
You go,
negativity
you go.
of series 12. It was like it feels weird that Doctor Who feels like a bigger presence now than when series 12 was on. I mean,
Yeah.
RTD was on Twitter. He was getting involved. Moffat, like, I don't know. Yeah, it was just a good time. I think to be a fan.
That is the most Doctor Who-y I felt this year. That's the most time I
Mm-hmm.
felt connected to the fandom this year. And yeah,
Got me through early lockdown.
I think I can survive another lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're speaking about we could be in this lockdown on and off for quite a while. But let's not bring the mood down.
Let's not. Let's have. I think I've said what I wanted to say. I needed to vent. This is what this has been. This has been quite therapeutic because it's like I've just needed to talk about, even though like we've just gone on about Doctor Who's not really a big part of our lives. I was like, I've needed to talk about it. I've had opinions, and I feel, and I'm a sick bastard, and I need to talk about Doctor Who. But
Well, it's like,
yeah,
even though I'm in like part of Whoniversals, it's like I don't really speak to those guys about it much. I mean, I think the last time I like had a call about Doctor Who properly was with you.
it's you and Matt who I talk about. Even then, Matt is not really current Doctor Who.
Yeah, the thing is, when me and Matt get into calls, we're usually speaking about our stuff.
Yeah, you're the only person I really talk about current Doctor Who with. And that's why we're best friends.
Yeah, because I just echo all your opinions back at you. You're like, yes, Doctor Who is bad, Ollie.
Well, I'm the brains of this operation, you see.
Yeah, well, I have more clout, so.
That's why I collab with you. So thank you. If you're still listening, bravo. And why are you still listening? I'd say we'll do more of these, but realistically,
I think we should do smaller bite-sized things, like just on little topics here and there. Not necessarily current Doctor Who as well, but I don't know. Maybe if there's just like a little thing, or
I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Just like you know how the review of Death and stuff like that. They just have a thing. They talk about it for like 15 minutes or something.
Of course, we have to copy someone.
I had to take something that was pre-established to base.
Remember Kablam, guys?
No, it's not canon.
You took them down, didn't you?
One of them's still up because I think one of them is our Series 11
one of them's
review.
the resolution review, and you retooled it
Yeah,
to
I
be
just
just
updated the
a
thumbnail.
resolution
Yeah.
review.
When you click on the video, it still has the Kerblam like branding.
Yeah.
What were we thinking?
2019, what a time.
That was only last year.
We could have done it would have been made more sense to do a podcast this year because we were doing fuck all.
I'm starting a podcast.
Can I be in it?
Sure.
I really thought you were going to say no, and then the video would end.
I was getting guests set up, but sure, you can be on it. I'm not gonna announce anything here because it's me and it won't come out for like 5 years. But
part 3 of my Twice Upon a Time retrospective
coming soon.
I think this is sort of like, I don't need to talk about Twice Upon a Time.
No one cares about Twice Upon a Time anymore.
Like, nobody cared about it when I made it, but it was.
You got a few hate comments.
I know. I forget. That was the first time I ever got hate comments, and I'm like, wow, I'm a real YouTuber.
Yeah, but have you been McGrath yet?
I've not been McGrath because I haven't said the 13th Doctor's great. Actually, I think because I barely talked about her in my Twice Upon a Time thing. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
It's goodbye from me,
and it's fuck off from me.